enemies, enemies. Got some enemies, enemies, enemies. Got some enemies.
With friends like you, who needs enemies?
Who needs them?
You're not the one you pretend to be.
Pretend to be.
I always thought we were family. Now we're only enemies.
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 Yeah, with friends like you, who needs enemies?
Who needs those?
A two-faced bitch ain't no friend of me.
No friend of me.
I died for you, now you're dead to me.
Dead
now
to
we're
me.
only enemies.
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 Yeah. We're only enemies, frenemies. No, it's okay because you know most people have no honesty. These days got me in a fucking daze, but you know that I live in a haze. Then I blaze up a bit of the ganja, just a little bit of that marijuana. Yeah, you know I got my honor intact, I can't subtract. Man, I stay exact with every word that I speak and say. Yeah, you know I have no reason to repeat anything I have said. Yeah, man, I've stayed true to my word, but you, on the other hand, so absurd. Yeah, I just don't get it, forget it, because I said reset it, just to forget it. Just erase it from my memory.
With friends like you, who needs enemies?
Who needs them?
You're not the one you pretend to be.
You pretend to be.
I always thought we were family.
Always thought.
Only enemies.
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 Yeah, with friends like you, who needs enemies?
No one does.
A two-faced bitch ain't no friend of me.
Two-faced bitch.
I died for you, now you're dead to me.
You're dead
now
to
we're
me.
only enemies.
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 Enemies. You're only enemies to me anymore. It's okay because you know I'm not gonna endure any more of your disrespect, your neglect. Forget it. Yeah, you know you will be just a memory. Yeah, just a piece of history, something to be left behind. It's okay because you know without you here I will be just fine on my grind. Yeah, you know I'm always gonna shine, constantly glowing as I am just unfolding what's inside of me, inside of my soul. No enemy in my facility, in my energy, in my perimeter, because I'm only increasing everything on the meter. Yeah, you know I might be smacking them harder than a media. Yeah.
I always thought we were family. Now we're only enemies.
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 Yeah, with friends like you, who needs enemies?
Who needs those?
A two-faced bitch ain't no friend of me. I died for you, now
I
you're
would've
dead
died
to me.
for
Now
you.
we're only enemies.
Now we're enemies, enemies. Yeah. Only enemies. It's okay because you know I got my family. Always, always, always here for me. Through any kind of darkness, man, I just need to listen to my conscience when they try to tell me lies and just despise.